March is here, and spring is right around the corner. That means spring cleaning. After being cooped up all winter, we get to open up our homes, prepare for kids running in and out, friends visiting, enjoying warmer temps, hopefully, and so much more. It's also a great time for us to talk about how to clean our homes in a way that reduces our exposure to environmental toxins. Thankfully, you don't need anything fancy 95% of the time, which I think is a relief. I follow a ton of health experts and influencers, and they are usually pushing all kinds of fancy air purifiers and such, which do have their place, but it is not a requirement for a healthy in-home environment. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 free or low-cost ways to improve the indoor air quality of your home and reduce the environmental toxins that are circulating in there. Welcome to the Therapeutic Food Solutions podcast. I'm your host, Marian Mitchell. I'm an integrative nutrition health coach, therapeutic diet expert, and founder of The Road to Living Whole. There are many different diets out there. It's hard to know which one is right for you with your chronic illness and autoimmune disease. In this podcast, I'm going to share with you the foundational pieces every single therapeutic diet out there shares, and also how to use the best one for your particular diagnosis. If you've been looking for a meal planning partner, help navigating the complicated healthcare system, and want to feel better quickly, I'm your girl. Grab your kombucha and notebook. Let's dive in. When it comes to reducing our toxic load, what we do every day matters so much more than what we do once in a while. Today, I'm going to focus on indoor air quality. Did you know that the indoor air of your home is far more polluted than outdoor air, even if you live in a city? It's crazy, but it's true. According to the EPA, Americans spend 90% of their time indoors, where the concentrations of some pollutants are 2 to 5 times higher than typical outdoor concentrations. That's crazy. Let's talk about why this is. Why is indoor air more polluted than outdoor air, where there's cars and trucks and factories and fires and all that stuff? Why would indoor air be dirtier? Well, one reason is off-gassing from carpet, plywood, furniture, and mattresses, toxic, volatile organic compounds found in cleaning products, paints, and solvents, combustion byproducts from your heating system, including carbon monoxide, pet dander, radon, mold, PFAs, phthalates from body products and sprays, and man-made fragrance. It's pretty crazy also to think about your indoor air, the air in your home, your sanctuary, can actually be contributing to your chronic fatigue, your allergy symptoms, including stuffy nose, irritated eyes and throat, headaches, asthma symptoms, and dizziness, and itchy skin, and it's just really crazy to think about. We really do think that our indoor air is cleaner because, again, we don't have all the stuff that's outside. Especially if you live in a city, there's just traffic all the time, and, it just feels so dirty out there. But indoor air is still dirtier. And it is a burden to our bodies, and it is getting in the way of us experiencing vibrant health. When you're dealing with a flare-up of symptoms of your autoimmune disease or other chronic illnesses, once your diet is solid, we have to start looking at other areas of your world that might be negatively impacting your health. There's not just one magic bullet, right? There's a whole picture that we gotta go through. Luckily, cleaning up our indoor air is so much more simple than we'd think. Now, I do have to preface and say that taking care of mold or mildew in a home is not simple, and I'm not talking about extraordinary circumstances. If you are struggling with mold in your home, or you're just discovered you have mold toxicity and you're kind of going through the process, go back and listen to episode 22 because I really dove deep into mold there. For this episode, I have 5 free or low-cost ways to significantly improve the air quality in your home and thus reducing the environmental toxins you're exposed to every single day. Number 1, open up your windows daily. Keeping your windows shut all of the time actually increases the number of allergens and chemicals building up in your home. Even during allergy season where there's pollen everywhere, opening up your windows daily will reduce the allergens in your home. It's pretty crazy, but it's true. In the dead of winter, you can crack your windows for just 30 minutes to help clean the air. Here in Phoenix, even in the middle of July and August, I will open up my windows and put up a fan in front of them to bring fresh air inside, usually at 5 a.m. when I wake up, and it's still somewhat cool, right? And so, like, whether while, we think, oh, well, we don't want that inside, it's going to run up our electric bill or our gas bill or whatever, 30 minutes can go a really long way, and it's not going to impact your bill that much. You can always get fresh air inside. I love that this is free and really requires so very little of us. Step number 2, take your shoes off at the door. Your shoes are nasty. As you're walking around outside, going in and out of the bathroom, in and out of different buildings, walking through grass, you are picking up all kinds of bacteria, antibiotic-resistant pathogens, toxins from asphalt, pesticides, herbicides, PFAs, which are forever chemicals that permanently alter our hormones, radioactive elements, toxic metals, and more. If you wear them around the house, all those things that you picked up outside are transferring to the surfaces of your home and polluting the indoor air. So take your shoes off by the door. Is the best thing you can do. Like, you walk inside and put them right there. Now, if you're like my dad and don't like walking around with bare feet, have indoor only slippers or shoes waiting for you by the door. Personally, I could be barefoot all day and be very happy. Number 3, wet dust weekly. Not dry dust, but wet dust. Did you know that phthalates, mold, flame retardants, fragrance, and other toxins absolutely love hitching a ride on dust? Wet dusting weekly is one of the easiest ways to keep environmental toxins low inside of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. I'm a mold sensitive person, and I also grew up with severe asthma, and wet dusting 1 to 2 times a week is my norm because it means I can breathe and I feel good. I will absolutely feel it if I spend time in a place that is dusty. If you prefer to dry dust, all that does is push the dust around and push it all up in the air, and then you start breathing it in, and you're actually making your home more toxic because you're moving everything around, right? So wet dusting is you trap it and it doesn't go anywhere. It's on that cloth that you're using, and then you can throw it away or throw it in the wash, whatever you like to use. So dusting 1 to 2 times a week will reduce allergy symptoms, sinus congestion, skin irritation, and more. All it takes is a little bit of time and elbow grease. Number 4, stop using and burning scented candles, using plug-ins, and spraying room fragrances. Did you know that man-made fragrance have been linked to an array of health concerns, including cancer, birth defects, central nervous system disorders, multiple chemical sensitivity disorder, allergy symptoms, irritated airways and lung tissue, headaches and migraines, and are also known endocrine disruptors, which means they interfere with our hormones and alter them and can even trigger weight gain and difficulty losing weight. Man-made fragrances are bad news when it comes to your health. Then, in addition to that, burning scented candles releases harmful volatile organic compounds, we call them VOCs, into the air of your home. Now, there are some VOCs that are naturally occurring. Scented candles specifically release toxic ones, including acetone, benzene, and toluene, I don't know how to say that, which are known carcinogens. So it's time to stop depending on fragrance, man-made fragrance, to keep your home smelling nice. Now, you might be thinking, Marian, I want my home to smell nice, and these are my options. I will never come to you with a problem without offering solutions. You actually have a ton of options. First, open up the windows of your home. Step 1, opening up the windows, getting that fresh air is going to make your home smell better. So free and better for you. Number 2, take out your trash consistently. I have a friend who, him and his wife, they have like the smallest trash can on the planet, and they take it out 1 to 2 times a day, which I think is absolutely insane. Like, I have better things to do with my time, but they like it because it never builds up and it doesn't smell. So you don't have to do that, but you do need to make sure that you're not letting your trash sit and build up and just kind of neglect it for days and days and days on end. And that'll help make your home smell better. You can diffuse essential oils. And then one of my favorite things to do, and it's totally like a Pinterest thing, but I'll do this like before parties and stuff, is like, there's like these stovetop home scents that you do. And it's like water with like sticks of cinnamon and maybe an orange and some clove or anise and, you know, just these like different things. And you put it on low and it gets warm and it releases just this amazing fragrance into your home, and it's completely natural and it smells amazing. If you're really worried about it and you know you're having company come over, you know, you can totally do what like realtors do and stuff and bake some cookies in the oven. And then you have cookies and your home smells like cookies and it's amazing. So that'll always be a winner. Number 5, swap your cleaning products for less toxic ones. This is the one that does cost a little bit of money. You would be shocked to learn at how many toxic ingredients and harsh chemicals are in the products marketed to use in our homes. By using these products, we are exposing ourselves and loved ones to hundreds of these toxins through consumption, absorption, and inhalation. Now, you might be thinking consumption. You touch stuff and you lick your hands. Straight up. Like, so even if the surface is not wet anymore, but you touch it and then like you scratch your face or, you know, stick your hand in your mouth, maybe you're eating something, you're consuming the chemicals, right? And then you're absorbing them through your skin and you're inhaling them and absorbing them through your nasal and lung tissues. Everything that comes into contact with our bodies has an impact on our health, for better or for worse. You might think you don't use them for long periods of time, so it's probably fine. But the truth is it takes just 27 seconds for something that we're exposed to make its way into our bloodstream. 27 seconds. That's all it takes. It's crazy. So I'm going to share with you just a handful of toxic chemicals that are commonly used in mainstream cleaning products, okay? Ammonia, and that has been linked to respiratory and skin irritation. Chlorine, associated with respiratory irritation, destruction of our gut bacteria, and thyroid disruption. DEA, TEA, and MEA, those are really long words I'm not going to try to pronounce, but if you put them in, it comes up. They are known hormone disruptors, they are known carcinogens, and they've been linked to organ toxicity. Phthalates are known as major endocrine disruptors and are linked to reproductive toxicity. Formaldehyde is associated with allergies, the irritation to the skin, eyes, nose, and throat, and is a known carcinogen. Now, the dose makes the poison. Yes, there's formaldehyde in pears. Don't come sending me some hate emails, okay? But naturally occurring and man-made concentrated doses are different, okay? Fragrance, which we've already talked about. PERC, which is linked to neurotoxicity. Sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium laureth sulfate are linked to skin and eye irritation, organ toxicity, reproductive toxicity, neurotoxicity, endocrine disruption, and exotoxicology. And then triclosan, which is linked to skin irritation, liver damage, hormone disruption, and worsening antibiotic resistance. It is an antibiotic. So, you know, yeah, it kills bacteria, but it kills bacteria that is actually helpful too. This is just a handful of the chemicals that you're being exposed to by using these products. It's kind of crazy to think that they're in common use. Luckily, there are way more options now than when I first started learning about all of this. However, my favorite is to do, like, especially my countertops and like surfaces, is just distilled water with distilled vinegar. Like, the vinegar smell doesn't last long and the surface is clean. It might feel a little bit weird, but it actually does work. There are a few brands that I have used and I like, such as Thieves, Branch Basics, Force of Nature, and Aunt Fanny's. I'm not affiliated with any of these companies in any way. I've just used them and I've liked them. But there is an amazing resource by the Environmental Working Group. They have a guide to healthy cleaning. So you can go in and there's like a ranking of products and they tell you why it's ranked the way that it is. They tell you what's in it that is potentially harmful and why. And it's just a really great way to learn. And you can really dig deeper into what you are using in your home and putting on your body, right? They also have like a skin deep guide. So body products, this is home products. I almost never believe what I read the first time. I like to see what other people say and then do my own research and draw my own conclusions. However, I do trust their researchers, and I find the guide to be incredibly handy, especially like when I'm first learning, right? And those are my 5 affordable ways to reduce environmental toxins in your home. Quick recap. Number 1 is to open your windows. Number 2 is to take your shoes off at the door. Number 3 is to wet dust weekly. Number 4 is to stop using scented candles, plug-ins, and room sprays with man-made fragrances. And number 5 is to swap your cleaning products for less toxic ones. While they seem simple, they are incredibly effective, and your health will instantly start improving. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you found this episode helpful, would you do me a favor and help others find it by leaving a review, sharing a screenshot on social media, or sharing the link with a friend? By you sharing what you've learned, others are able to find this podcast and join our community. Be sure to check out my website, www.roadtolivingwhole.com, for over 160 delicious recipes, a variety of meal plans, and a blog packed full of even more healthy living tips. If you'd like to learn more about how to work with me as your coach, you can schedule a free consult through www.roadtolivingwhole.com/health-coaching/. Until next time, friend. Bye.